Hello, this is Retro Workshop, and here is Video Game Collecting Pro Tip 2. In this episode, I'm going to talk about priority lists and order of purchase with regards to games and so on. I'm going to show you some of the lists I've made and discuss them a bit to give you an idea of what I have found to be a good mode of operating, as it were. So I have a few hard copy lists, but most of them are digital and they are hand typed in notepads. And to gather the data, I just use Wiki for the most part. The entire process does take a few hours, but it's worth it, and I enjoy taking lists and figuring everything out. I will show library lists, purchase order lists, and so on. I will leave out video game room lists and lists regarding just which games you ought to buy, as these will be seen in later videos. First, we have the general list of things I want this year. You can see said list on screen. The most notable things being the Call of Duty games, Castlevania box set, PSP and capture card. I have some of the former and the box set, and in fact I got the PSP a few days ago, and I will be getting the capture card soon. Other items include a Call of Duty film cell for the display shelf, and a headset for the PS3. Now we have a list of PS3 games I want to get over the next 17 months or so. The list has 100 games, give or take. I don't think I will ever get more than this. I sourced them from looking down the complete wiki list of 1,437 games. And that's another thing to talk about, deciding how many games you are going to get for any given system, and which system indeed you are going to focus on. Unless you're going for a complete library, I do not think you need more than, say, 200 games for any given library, with focus being on the more 50 to 100 range, which of course depends on the library itself, namely the size, the nature, and the game types you enjoy. In any case, I do think you should go down the entire listing on Wiki, looking at all the games released on whichever console you own or are going to own, and you should make a list from that. This will help with priority and order of purchase. For example, if an N64 and Wii U cost around £100 for the controller and console, and the games are around £10 to £20 each, and at least 10 of the games for both consoles are truly great, yet you like many more for the Wii U, and if you own a Wii, since it also has backward compatibility with the Wii, not to mention it is easier to record for, and has other features as well, then you may want to get the Wii U first, even though it's a close call in terms of games, and the N64 is truly great. I did this myself for many consoles, both home and handheld. In fact, I did it for some consoles I don't even plan on buying. Again, I simply used the wiki page, which is called List of PS3 Games, released on disc. You can go down the entire list and it shows release date, company, and where it was released, and has links to separate pages for most of the games. As you can see, many of the games are FPS/RPG based. There are also many survival horrors and sport games, such as Need for Speed. However, we have many other types in there as well, such as adventure, role-playing and puzzle. Note that I will put all of my lists into spreadsheets at some point, and I suggest you use a spreadsheet instead in OpenOffice or some other program. Also, if you need any help with finding lists or making them, please leave a comment below and I will try and help. I want to show you my folder filled with game libraries I'm focusing on, this being libraries for the systems I own and want to get games for first. As you can see, I have 8 notepads in this folder. We have the lists of DS, Game Boy, Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance games within the one Game Boy folder, Wii, PS2, PS3 and PSP games, and then a DVD UMD list for the PSP, which is a list of every single film UMD I want for the PSP. Again, I found a list for every DVD released for the PSP online and typed all of them out myself. Back to my prior point now. I in fact went down the entire N64 and Wii U list of games, and since I have a Wii already, and they are around £100 for me to buy either system complete, I will be getting the Wii U first. It does seem to be a truly great underrated system after all. And if you look on screen, you can see the figures I came to. Although for me they both have around 10 iconic/important games and 40 great games, the N64 games are generally more expensive and harder to find, and the N64 simply has less to offer. Well, that is all for this video. Once again, if you have any suggestions, questions, thoughts, or need any help with anything, please let me know in the comments section. I have been Retro Workshop, and you have been watching my second pro tip video for video game collecting. Thank you.